Betrayal. Labour Party in jeopardy as Starmer throws Rayner under the bus in middle of major speech. Angela Rayner was humiliated yesterday after Keir Starmer launched a surprise reshuffle while she was in the middle of making a major speech. Labour's deputy leader hoped to set the political agenda with a plan to overhaul rules on standards in public life. But she was only told about Sir Keir's plans minutes before she went on stage, hours after journalists were tipped off. Early yesterday, Ms. Rayner told broadcasters she was not aware of any reshuffle, adding, "I reckon Keir would tell me first." But she admitted after her speech that she had been kept in the dark. Ms. Rayner said, "I don't know the details of the reshuffle or the timing of it." Her spokesman added, she was not consulted on the reshuffle. Tensions between the pair erupted earlier this year when he sacked her as party chairwoman and campaign coordinator after Labour received a drubbing in local elections. The resulting backlash forced the leader to give her a raft of new responsibilities. Yesterday's shadow cabinet refresh was viewed as a move by Sir Keir to bolster his floundering leadership. Yvette Cooper was appointed to the high-profile role of Shadow Home Secretary. She replaced Nick Thomas Symonds, who was blamed by senior figures for failing to make an impact against Home Secretary Priti Patel over the Channel migrant crisis. Lisa Nandi, a contender in the last leadership election, was replaced by David Lammy as Shadow Foreign Secretary. She will now take on Michael Gover's Shadow Levelling Up Secretary. Ex-leader Ed Miliband was stripped of responsibility for business. Instead he will oversee climate change and net zero policy. Rising stars Wes Streeting and Bridget Phillipson take on health and education. Jonathan Ashworth moves to work and pensions. Sir Keir said, "The Labour Party I lead is focused on the priorities of the country." A senior Tory source said, "If he can't run his own front bench properly, how can he pretend he could run the country?" Ex-leader Ed Miliband was stripped of responsibility for business. Instead he will oversee climate change and net zero policy. A row over who knew what when overshadowed most of Monday's reorganisation of the Labour frontbench. After several weeks of difficult headlines for the Tories, the internal Labour rows also provided a sigh of relief for Conservative MPs. One, delighted with the way yesterday planned out, told Express.co.uk, "The reshuffle was a F up. It really was. Rayner is like an umbrella that you can't put up in the rain, utterly useless. Neither of them have come off well from it. Starmer has clearly decided she is useless and has no problem blowing her up by sabotaging her press conferences." Another teased Ms. Rayner by accusing Sir Keir of treating her like a Christmas tree decoration. "Rayner is what she is. I don't think anyone thinks she's a great intellectual powerhouse of the left. Starmer can't get rid of her, so he's clearly sidelined her. He's just using her as a Christmas tree decoration. At the end of the day, Starmer can reshuffle his pack, but it's mostly jokers." Relishing the unrest at the heart of the Labour Party, they added, "Basically Labour are factionalised. Starmer is trying to move Labour back to the centre ground, which is good politics for him, but at the end of the day, he can't distance himself for either the policies of Jeremy Corbyn or the Labour MPs who supported him." A third said Labour had made Boris's day with the shambolic way the Labour reshuffle was handled. Ms. Rayner was caught off guard by the reshuffle, saying she was not aware of the plans to shake up the front bench while answering questions at a press conference on MPs' standards. Asked after her speech about Sir Keir's move, Ms. Rayner said she did not know the details of any reshuffle, but that we need some consistency in how we're approaching things as an opposition. A spokesperson for Ms. Rayner later added, she was not aware of the details of the reshuffle and she was not consulted on the reshuffle. Rayner herself appeared to be blindsided by developments when questioned about the rumours during her speech at the Institute for Government think tank. "I'm not sure of the details of the reshuffle, but I do know that what we have to do is show that we are a government in waiting and that we have to be the next government because we can't carry on like this," she said. "We need some consistency in how we're approaching things as an opposition."